has just written on Truth Social that Mike Waltz is going to become the new U.S. ambassador to the United Nations.
Well, there you
no
go.
longer the National Security
Fabulous.
Advisor. And in addition to that, he says that in the interim, Secretary of State Marco Rubio will serve as National Security Advisor while continuing his strong leadership at the State Department. Do you know how long he's going to be serving in both roles?
It is clear that I just heard this from you. This is the magic.
No heads up that this was coming today?
I have some insights as to the potential of certain things that might happen. But when the president, and this of course is all presidential decisions, right? So I'm with the State Department. It is, as I think would be clear to all of you, you don't want to get ahead of your skis in drawing conclusions or speculating about what may occur. And you can have a general sense of what's possible, and then you see that manifest usually. But I think the one thing I've learned is that things don't happen until the president says they're going to happen. So the fact that is, which was obviously Truth Social. Yeah, so that is the miracle of modern technology and the social media. So that is an exciting moment here. I think that, as I know Secretary Rubio, this is a man who, as I think you all know, has worn several hats from day one in managing the nature of what's happened here at the State Department, at USAID. He's someone who's well known by the president. The president makes perfect assessments about who would implement his agenda. And in this case, he's chosen certainly the secretary and Mr. Waltz to facilitate his agenda moving forward. Not entirely surprising, I have to say, and good news for the American people.
You had some insights that this might happen. Could you just
well, I
elaborate
think
on that a little bit?
No, I can't. But thanks for asking.
Do you have any? How from the insights that you do have, knowing the secretary,
Sure,
and knowing this building, how do you see this working, and what advantages do you see with Secretary Rubio's experience in this new role?
Well, and also his experience certainly in the Senate for so long. He knows everyone in the city. He knows how the city and how the departments, how the government works. He has a great connection, certainly as a senator, with his constituents here in this building, with the people who work in this building, and with the American people now as they get to know him. So his experience also, really, we've seen him be at the White House several times a week. His close working relationship day to day with the president happens for a reason, because they work well together. They clearly have been in an environment where they've gotten to know each other very well. And we've seen the secretary operate we have to admit, these last 100 days, it's like hanging on to a freaking bullet train. I mean, it is a fast dynamic with people who have a journey that is set with a goal that has been determined, and it's staffed with men and women who understand what the agenda is and how to get it done. Now, this is obviously the president knows everybody in his cabinet, and all those cabinet members have staffs. And every department has people that he gets to know and that make a difference in how the departments work. So when we think about how is Secretary Rubio going to do this, well, it's like, how does President Trump run the United States? You have people around you. It's not just you, right? These aren't single individuals working every day and you pulling the levers. It's about managing people. It's about assigning people to the right roles, as the president has just done. And if anybody can do it, certainly with the secretary, as I've gotten to know him, it will be Marco Rubio.
So, Tammy,
All right, now, were you finished in the sense of
When you get to
second?
this, I did want to ask you about the hoodies, because Secretary Hegsa had a very sharply
He did. So
worded
let's do this. Are you going to continue on this line?
No,
We're going to move on. All right. So we've done 3 and 4, and I know. Look, this is and you are going to be all writing stories. I'm going to be fascinated to read. But I think that's pretty much as I can say about the nature of what's going to happen from this point forward today. And so let's go ahead with Andrea and see what else.
So it sounds like they are moving on in the State Department briefing, but you did hear that breaking news first here on Fox Local, that the Michael Waltz, the National Security Advisor, who is leaving his post as that NSA, going to be nominated as the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. Now, here is the Truth Social post from Donald Trump at 2:16, so been just 10 minutes now since he put this out. I'm pleased to announce that I'll be nominating Mike Waltz to be the next United States ambassador to the United Nations. From his time in uniform on the battlefield, in Congress, and as my national security advisor, Mike Waltz has worked hard to put our nation's interests first. I know he will do the same in his new role. You also heard this part discussed just moments ago. In the interim, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, a former senator from Florida, will serve as national security advisor while continuing his strong leadership at the State Department. Together, we will continue to fight tirelessly to make America and the world safe again. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Also interesting to note, because the whole reason that U.S. ambassador to the United Nations post is open is because the withdrawal of Elise Stefanik, the congresswoman from New York, who was first nominated to that role, but had been asked, according to reporting, had been asked to withdraw her nomination for that post because of a couple of special elections here in Florida, including one for Randy Fine, who was elected to it, but that seemed closer than it could have been. And that congressional seat is the seat that Mike Waltz vacated in having to resign to become national security advisor. So a lot of things at play here, a lot of kind of interconnectedness. But the bottom line here today is that Mike Waltz leaving his post as national security advisor and going to be nominated as U.S. ambassador to the United Nations.